everyone. I guess I was kind of answering two questions in the chat while it was going on. Oh, thank you so much, Derek Lasal. Molto grazie. Thank you. Thank you. I really needed the 20. Thank you so much. Um, and you don't have a question, but thank you. We also got an earlier 20 from Hussein, and I will say thank you, shukriya. Yeah, we're very grateful. So the questions I answered is somebody asked, where's the beer at? I said, Bavaria. And Rick O'Brien felt he was not important, and I said, Rick is important.
Yes. Yes.
So
Rick, you are important.
Yes, you are. I don't really have anything to say besides you guys asking questions and donating money. So we could talk. Let's see. We could talk about what did I? Well, okay. So I somehow got a little sidetracked when trying to write my article about Gandhi, and I started reading. Basically, this guy, like this guy from the named Chanakya, who was like a prime minister of the Chandragupta Maurya Empire, and he is hilarious in that he has this thing called duties of a king, and one of it is like, don't be a drunken failson, which is a good. That's like, yeah, don't be a drunken failson. Is it like the king has to do all these, like, it's like so cool. Like the king has to like do regular. Oh, the king has to think about the consequences of each action. Is like like he has to thoroughly, like, is one of the duties of like thoroughly think about how it affected the past, present, and the future, and weigh the good options and bad options is one of the duties of a king.
Hello,
Hello. Okay, so we have a question by Rick.
Okay.
We both had something edible.
Yeah, we're both a little. I don't know. All right, so
Okay.
Barbara has thank you. Oh, banana bender.
I don't know what that means. I'm writing articles. I really don't know. I don't know what this means. Sorry.
All right. Did you go to Gray Zone, or did you ask, or did Max come to you?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I can't remember.
How did you get your first article?
I wrote it.
I know, but like, were you? I don't remember. You were talking to Max about. I know you were talking to Max about something.
And then I was writing my article, so I don't know, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know. You could have maybe pitched it to him, but I don't know. I don't even know if you did that. You were probably just talking to him.
I don't know, honestly. I
probably just came up.
Yeah, and I wrote. Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
Yeah, and then
Cenk. Okay, so basically, this is about Cenk being just like, it's not wrong. It's a blatant. Okay, why do I sound like a banshee? Is it because my sound is at 48 megahertz and or am I like okay? I should not be looking at this. Somebody said I asked why I sounded. Why do I sound like a banshee?
I don't know. People are weird.
Okay. Do I sound like a? Do you know that? Do I sound like a banshee?
No, a banshee. Do you want me to sound like a banshee? Because I can.
Yeah.
No, you don't want me to sound like a banshee.
Okay, so what does a banshee sound like? To know that if I sound.
Isn't a banshee the warner of death?
Yeah. She comes in and she screams.
And she just has a big scream. Yes.
But I get sensitive about my voice.
I know. Esha has a hard time, and she works on it a lot.
I do.
So, and that's why she does a lot of the reading.
Yeah.
Now, because it helps with her
intonation.
Yes. And
my voice. I get I try my best to be present.
I know, but that's what everyone. I don't know. Everyone just kind of goes there, but
I know. Why did they do that? I feel very sensitive. Okay.
It's all right. You're okay. All right. So what we were talking
We were talking about Cenk. Okay. So Cenk is yes, repulsive and disgusting. Hey, Cenk. Oh, no, but is easy. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a
Tommy
minute.
Checker.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. We're gonna have. I'm gonna give him the link. Okay. Oh my God. We might have a surprise. Let him in. Okay.
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 Anyone that shows up, I'm just supposed to let in.
Kami Trucker comes.
Tommy
He's
Checker.
kind of. Yeah. I give him my link. I hope that works.
It should work.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the same link. So, all right. But anyway, like, yeah. So I just felt like, I mean, just watching that whole thing. Because at first I was like, I was watching it because you said, "Oh my God, I watched that." Da da da. So I woke up and I was like, "Oh, okay, I'll watch it, I guess." And I was like, "Why is she like? She doesn't care. Like this force of it. Like you didn't like get too involved in
I
it."
didn't care.
And then it came the second she brought up Russia, I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
And I didn't even catch. I caught the gray zone, but I didn't even catch that it was your articles in particular until we talked.
Okay.
Because, like I was just like, oh, he's just going off in the gray zone and Aramate, and all he just kept hearing is Jimmy Dore, Jimmy, whatever. But it was,
But the Ukraine part made me mad, and the Russia part.
So Commie Trucker's joining
Hi,
us.
Kami Trucker! Oh my God, this is so awesome.
Hey,
Thank you for joining us.
You don't.
what's up, friends?
You're not on screen, just so you know.
Okay, hold on. Let me.
I don't know if you're just a black box.
Yeah, we don't. We love our Kami Trucker. He's the best.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah. So I mean, the whole thing with it, like, I mean, he was attacking your articles, like.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it, and so it was just. My cats are going crazy. So it was just, I mean, yeah, like after you said that, that's when I realized, like, because I watched it and then I was like, oh, it's the Ukraine Russia stuff, and then you're like that was on my articles. I was like, oh yeah, you're right. Like he's totally going after you on those articles. But
yeah.
so we're here for. Oh,
what was Cenk saying about? I saw that he went after Brianna Joy Gray and was going after your articles.
Well, yeah, he's okay. He first said that anyone who watches, reads, or listens to Gray Zone is insane. Every one of us is a Putin puppet. And then he said that it was Putin propaganda to say that Ukraine has Nazis, and to even talk about Azov Battalion is like a red herring. And then he also mentioned that Zelensky was Jewish, therefore there could not be Nazis in Ukraine. And then he said that it was helping Putin, and helping Putin is wrong. And then he said that Ukraine is on the proper side of history. Those are all the stuff I remember.
Oh my God! So you can't even discuss the rampant fascism in Ukraine.
No.
Otherwise, you're just helping murder innocent civilians.
No, and his whole argument against that is, we have Nazis here. Are we going to go to war with them here?
Yes, I mean, America will never go to war with it because America is a fascist state. America will never go to war with Nazis. But if there is a non-fascist state that wants to come and denazify, I'm not going to say no.
I'm not concerned about that.
But
denazify. Cenk is, which only, but okay, we'll just call it the Grey Wolf theory, which has not been supported by any fact or research by me. Just a disclaimer. So, about my Grey Wolf.
It's just it's a conspiracy.
About Cenk, you know what that is?
About your Grey Wolf?
Theory, Kami Trucker?
I have not. I have not heard this.
Okay, so Cenk has this like PAC, which is a political action committee called the Wolf PAC,
Wolfpack.
which brings in like millions of dollars to get money out of politics, but really has not done anything other than take in money to take money.
Weird.
Yeah. My theory is that he called that political action committee a wolf pack because he wanted to confuse and bury the search results of the time when he was maybe involved as a gray
Gray
wolf, which is
Wolf.
a Turkish, not fascist.
Hmm. Well, what's
So
the whole Young Turks name
Yeah.
itself
eh,
is something regarding genocide?
Of
yes,
Armenia. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, and he, I mean, that's a whole like. I mean,
there's
he'll
no
go off
reason to
like
be
it's
named, no matter what excuse he gives. That's just not. I'm branding. No, no. There is no excuse to be named after the Young Turk. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's bizarre at the best, and
yeah.
it's aggressively mean at the worst.
Yeah, actually, you know what he did that was aggressively mean? I checked it. When he was in college, there was an Armenian Student Association, and he actually took the time to come in and argue that this like Armenian Student Association should not get like $200 like for like like they were doing some commemoration ceremony. That was
Hmm.
so. I mean, like, dude, that's just like vicious. After you do all this to the Armenians, right?
I
I don't know.
I don't get it. I mean,
The,
he's clearly been a. I don't know if he's a Fed or if he's just a careerist liberal.
Careerist liberal.
well, I mean, he was a Republic. I mean, he was a
No, no, no.
Republican, and he like
There is somebody who did accuse him of being a Fed. Like she's a Turkish lady. It's a video from like maybe a year and a half ago.
mhm,
I'll find that video.
yeah.
I
Here's a question, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't. Okay,
Ask away.
is left communism worth the fight, or is Marxist Leninism the way forward? I don't. What is the
Leftist communism, an infantile disorder, is what Lenin said. So, I will say that, okay, since my motto in life is Lenin is never wrong, so therefore, Marxism and Leninism is the way forward.
what is leftist communism then?
Basically, like, you know how Lenin hates anarchists?
So anarcho communism.
Yeah, and actually, it's not even that. He's just like yelling at the German communists, and he's right. It's like 1920. He's yelling at them to shape up, and unfortunately, the German communists do not. It's like he's like saying there's an iceberg ahead. Lenin knows this iceberg. He perfectly shapes it and names it and
Yeah.
everything, and they go hit it. And that's what is so frustrating about reading leftist communism and infantile disorder is that the Warren like it's so well written the iceberg that Lenin warns about and Trotskyites, yeah.
Oh, so he's not Armenian. Actually, Anna, his co-host.
Anna is being the Zelensky.
Yeah, yeah. It's not him. So
No, yeah. She's the one who she's actually making these arguments like it's kind of about horrible.
Cenk actually were
Jank.
like Jank. Oh, whatever. I do that all the time. He actually was a journalist, like on
Radio show.
a radio show or something. So I think before TYT he was probably like a poli sci major. That's what
And
he
no, he was
seems
not.
like.
He was a business major at
Oh,
10.
right, right.
Yeah.
But he seems
I
like
just
Wait,
he's
Tommy Trucker wants to say something.
no, I just want to say that I watched the Young Turks once, and the the clear showmanship of his behavior was absolutely superficial, and anybody could see right through it, and it gave me this visceral feeling of distrust, and that was one of the that and the oh shoot, the reaction of Pod Save America to outbreaks of rioting, and how they were both sidesing Antifa and literal fascists. That and Cenk's clear superficiality were key moments in my own movement left.
All right. Yeah.
That makes sense. For me, it was the fact that they never disagreed on foreign policy with like MSNBC.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they didn't hit a lot of things. Like I did. I mean, I did watch them. I mean, I watched them not a lot. I mean, I watched them here and there. Early on they were. He was
oh my God,
jock stuff early
oh my
on.
God,
Like,
early on it was horrible. Like they called okay, Lindsay Lohan was not at all 18, and Anna called her like a whore, and I'm like, that was horrific. And she's the poor girl is not. I mean, I have like I don't know why, but I feel bad for her because I feel like she's been used and abused by her. Like any child star, I feel really bad for because they're usually used and abused by their parents, right?
oh yeah, they're exploited totally by the whole industry.
Yeah, like that's why
it's
she's
so disgusting.
It is. Anyways, she called her a whore because some older man had had sex. She had sex with some older man, and I was like, oh, that's horrible. Why would you do that? And that was the kind of show it used to be, apparently, until like one day they decided they were like a serious show. Like she was, she called somebody, the Lindsay Lohan calling her a whore was just unbelievable.
No, that was just gross. And to be honest with you, when I watched TYT, which was after all that, if I knew that part, because that is like one thing, like that is like one thing that just totally irks me is a woman slut shaming another woman,
and she's not a woman yet; she's a girl.
Yeah. And it's like, I don't know. I don't go for that shit, and I don't think I would have put as much time as I did watching it. But I mean, I'm not saying I watched a lot. I probably only watched like 10 hours, but I'm just saying I wouldn't have put that time.
I bet you if you probably just watch it in 1 hour and it feels like 100 hours because it goes so long. they don't organize their segment. They're like not like, I don't know how to explain it. They just are not. It's just you can't. It's if I'm allowed to show, I can. Give me a second and I'll show you the video. I'll give it to Jenna, and if Jenna can figure out how to show the video, you can see it.
I'm sorry, I can't figure out this camera.
That's all right.
Don't worry, we love your voice.
You're just the black box.
When it comes to anything. Yeah, that's fair.
You come up, you got a yellow. Well, I don't know if they see it on screen, if they see the yellow, but
yellow.
Yeah, I see the highlight.
The highlight when we talk.
Ah. Okay. Anna Lohan. Here it is. I don't know if I have it subtitled, but I don't know why I'm obsessing about subtitles. So, why am I obsessing about subtitles? I know not.
Why would this be? Because you subtitle in Russian.
No, I subtitled for Twitch. No, the other thing.
All right, TikTok.
Yeah, but okay. Here you go. If you can play it, good luck, mate.
All right. I should be able to talk. You and Connie talk for a second, and I'll get this.
Okay, so somebody said that David Harvey's statements that neoliberals are more Leninist than Leninists. I will say that David Harvey does not know what Leninist means.
So what did he say?
That
I'm sorry.
neoliberals
What
are
is?
more Leninist than Leninists.
What an idiot.
Who the
Yeah,
hell said this, Harvey?
That's
yeah. David Harvey,
that's what people say that.
who don't know what Leninist means, who
Yeah.
have not read a single bit of Lenin.
Is this him defending Biden or something?
No, the
Because
thing is
that's the
that
kind of shit
no,
liberals like to say.
David Harvey wrote a book called Neoliberals, and he put Deng Xiaoping in the same box as Margaret Thatcher and Bill
Jesus Christ.
Clinton. And what, like, that's ridiculous because that's like so much ignorance of. Okay, Deng Xiaoping wrote an entire book about his philosophy, and it's exactly the 5-year plan that Stalin had, but he made it longer. And and everyone's like following that plan. It's in public, so you don't like all the people who are worrying about China, like whatever, like they literally don't realize that. And then China goes, and every 5 years they actually fix up the plan. So there's like a that's what I don't get, is like why people are wondering what China is going to do when there's like a 5-year plan you can read from month to month where they tell you what they're going to do.
They laid it out for everyone.
It's called the book is called Deng Xiaoping Thought. Deng Xiaoping Thought. Literally that.
Okay, do you want to watch the video?
Yeah. The book, yes.
He's still a guy. Whether he has twins or he doesn't have twins. And this Lindsay Lohan chick comes on. Put up this picture, right, Jesus? If this comes on to you, I mean, twins doesn't stop that. Okay, nothing stops that. Newfound baby, etc., etc. I mean, it's so. But then you say, all right, well, then it's her fault for coming on.
It's totally. Here's the thing. He's married, dude. Keep your freaking cooch away from the married man. I mean, look, it's his fault too because he did cheat on his wife. But I think it's up to women to not be whores and not sleep with married men. I'm not kidding.
Yeah, see?
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ.
I'm not saying trust the plan. I'm saying read it, examine it, do the calculations yourself, and you will agree that plan is accurate. We Marxists, Leninists never say trust anything. We say have the brains to verify it yourself. Do not trust a single thing, including me. That's what I say. Jesus Christ.
You can trust me.
Okay.
Trust me.
You just jumped back into China after we watched that video. And you didn't give anyone any warning. She was still talking on China. Just so you all know.
The plan, Lindsay Lohan.
Sorry. Okay, I'm gonna not look at the stream. Oh, I'm so sorry.
I like the organization of this madness.
Well, it was kind of like I took an edible, and
I took an edible.
Then she asked if people wanted us to go live. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Sorry, we'll be fine.
No. But then I saw this comment. Well, I was thinking about, while the video was going on, I was not looking at the video or thinking about the video. I was thinking about how this guy is defaming Deng Xiaoping and calling him a neoliberal, which offends me.
But on the video end of it, Cobra Commander says, this is exploitation.
Yes, she is a child. Basically, I don't think she was 18 back then.
It's gross.
They were
totally
like this kind of shock jock, and then they pretend now that they're like some holy TV show, holy YouTube show. I don't know.
Well, he thinks he's the gatekeeper of the left. Like he's like these are actually you're not on the left. You're not on the left. I don't want to be on Cenk's left anyway. Like whatever left is. Whatever he thinks left is not.
He doesn't know who the president. You know what's horrible? He doesn't know who the leader president of Cuba is. He does not know who Miguel Diaz-Canel is. Like he still thinks that the Castros. I'm like, no. The president is Miguel Diaz-Canel. Like it's not that hard to know this.
Uh-oh.
Well,
What?
when it's your job to know these things, you need to know these things.
Oh God! Somebody said spoiler alert. Anna is a teacher at some college. Just saying, and I say, may God protect her students.
It's
Is that the
that's as
Megan
worse as
McArdle?
like
No, who's the New York Times
that's like Trump University.
op-ed op-ed lady that
Haberman?
quit the New York Times and then said she was going to
Barry
start a
Weiss?
college. Yeah, Weiss.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
May
Oh,
God
Anna
yeah.
protect.
Kasparian is teaching at
No, no,
Barry
Anna's teaching in a
Weiss's
real
college.
university, I think.
Yeah, they got
No, no,
Barry.
I think Anna's actually teaching in a real accredited university.
That's unfortunate.
May God protect her students, is what I say.
Yeah,
It's so bad because it's just such. I live near Boston, and it drives me fucking crazy because I fucking hate Harvard. Like, just the liberal bullshit that they teach. That it's not even like what it's like. It's like moderate. It's not even liberal. It's like the teachers are all like so moderate and stuff
Yeah.
at Harvard. It's ridiculous.
it's to be expected.
Yeah.
And I was
No,
telling,
yeah.
I was saying to Esha earlier, I don't think I don't think that us claiming the U.S. has a literacy rate of 88% is actually fair, because I think literacy should actually, you should be able to understand and comprehend, and we don't have that. Of course, that's not in the definition, but it still should be part of the definition of literacy. You
I
should
agree.
be able to
But I mean,
comprehend things, and
the
nobody
role
here
of
can comprehend anything.
yeah, the role of education and schooling is to ensure that we have masses of people willing to labor and work to get a few people wealthy.
Yeah.
That's the entirety of it.
Yes, it's the yeah. No,
We're not taught to think; we're taught to obey.
you're absolute. So many people say this. Like Graham Elwood said that too, and he, like I said, God protect her students. God protect everyone. That's all I can say.
Journalism. Oh my God, she's not a journal. Like, there's
Yeah,
nothing
like does she even have a
journalist
journal?
about her. Like,
I know. Does she do any journal? No. What she does
no.
is she okay for every day for like a story. They pick some crap from the Daily Beast and she reads that, and then she regurgitates what, and then somebody summarizes that crap she picked from the Daily Beast. She reads somebody's regurgitation of crap from the Daily Beast on screen, basically.
Yeah.
That's not
She's
journalism.
using someone else's work and she's discussing it. Like,
She made me, and half of that discussion is scripted, so she's reading. Right?
not that, I mean, we're reading shows, so we should but for we're actually that kind of show.
We're saying that we will
telling
read
you,
Lenin
we are
to you.
reading Lenin to you, but that's not like that's all she's doing. There's nothing. She doesn't do it.
Yeah, and you know they raised over $1 million a few years ago to hire journalists. Like, and that means they could have actually sent journalists over to Ukraine.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
To
then
do
I don't.
journalism.
Yeah, but then they ended up not hiring journalists, and I don't know what happened. And it's like they just screwed everyone out of like 3
Huh.
million or something.
Weird. Is the Young Turks unionized?
Oh, that's a
No.
good one. Cenk actually tried to union bust when the young they
Yeah.
unionized at the end, I think.
Oh, did they end up?
But
Right.
Cenk was like a union
Yeah.
buster, and
Oh,
he
yeah.
wrote this mean letter and threatened telling people that they can make more money without a union. And then he claimed that the union was actually a psyop to sabotage his run for Congress, where he got like 900 votes. Like they didn't. He didn't even. I swear to God, he didn't even get like over 1,000 votes in that terrible run for Congress. So, like,
Oh,
they
yeah.
didn't need to sabotage him.
No. Everybody can see that he's full of shit.
That's why he got less. Like, it was really bad. It was like in the like low 1,000s, and
Hmm.
it was a joke. But he claimed, and that's what he claimed the union was. That's like defaming the union for no good reason. And
It's almost something a fascist would do.
yeah, good point. That's exactly why fascism exists, is to be a union buster, basically.
Yes.
So, and yes, so he did all the union busting tactics, but thankfully they called the election like before the tactics, and he couldn't retaliate it, and now they have a union, and for one type of employee, but I don't know if all employees are unionized.
Mm,
Thank you for reminding me of that. I had almost forgotten.
yeah. I thought I
Yeah.
had seen something about that a while back, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I don't. The whole thing is, yeah. Do they? I don't know. They serve like the liberal purpose. They don't serve the left. I mean, they're not.
Yeah.
No, no.
They uphold capitalism, and they uphold the Democrats.
And they're anti-communist. No, okay. Oh my God. Oh, it's okay. Who? Go to somebody says they can't. She said, "Look, no, you did not." Deng Xiaoping thought there are a million links. Okay.
Just help her.
Stop yelling at
Just
people.
send her a link.
Okay, I will say. Okay, what do you mean we have literacy problems? That means that there are a big portion of people in the United States who can't read what eighth graders in other countries can. That's really sad.
They're
Okay.
being sarcastic.
Oh, okay. Rick O'Brien says, and oh my God, Anna gave Madeleine Albright, war criminal, a loving tongue licking interview. Not even a pinch of pushback. Yeah, she was like all fangirling, and she did not ask whether it was worth it. She said like Madeleine Albright, I swear, said something like killing 500,000 Iraqi children was worth it.
Yeah.
It was literally, the words were 500,000 Iraqi children. I remember that.
She was actually put on the spot by some journalist who gave her the numbers of dead children.
And she said
And
it was
said
worth
it was
it.
worth it. Jesus.
And
What a
Anna
monster.
was like gushing over her.
Oh yeah.
That was disgusting.
It's girl boss.
At the Munich Security Conference, which is this NATO event, it's okay. So it's kind of gross to be at a NATO event with that many. I feel kind of like
Unless you're there to like take it to like be like a journalist and actually.
But
go,
then
oh
why
my
would
God, they're saying
they
this.
would not give her let her in? You see, you're only allowed to interview all these psychos about Russiagate and stuff like that, and praise the fascist president of Estonia for some odd reason when you're gonna do that. But if she were a real journalist, she would not have been allowed inside the Munich Security Conference. And I mean, it's like, we should all know. It's, I mean, I don't know.
I'm gonna get into one of your least favorite topics in the feminist side and an end of it, and the fact that like, you know, these people that like Madeleine Albright, Hillary Clinton, Anna, like, and the slut shaming goes along with the whole thing of being this. They think that if one woman gets up and doesn't raise everybody up, that's great, that's awesome. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's so stupid. Like, that is such a liberal mindset. Like, there's not like you're supposed to be bringing everybody up with you.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
It's the Liz Cheney effect, where even if this monster is fighting against abortion rights,
Is
she's
she?
a girl boss, so we have to fucking
She
praise her.
supported
that's-
apartheid. I mean, she was writing editorials in support of. I have that. Well, in my article about Liz Cheney, I have her article where she supported apartheid. For some odd reason,
Or even-
like. Okay, I had to write, like, Jeff Flake also supported apartheid. It's like I had to like mention this. Like, he speaks fluent Afrikaner, and like there's a video I have of him like talking about how African children should be like. It's really creepy, but he was a lobbyist for apartheid South Africa.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Why are Democrats like? I don't know. It's embarrassing
Or like how
now.
Kamala Harris made a career out of locking up juveniles and persecuting minorities, but she's
Well,
now she's
She
vice
wears
president.
Converse.
but you know what's sick about her? She once argued that this innocent man should be in prison because he filed, like, this is vindictive. Like, as a prosecutor, like, he is innocent. She admits he's
Yep.
innocent. Just because he filed a paperwork late means he
Yeah.
deserves to be in prison for the rest of his life. Like, that's what she argued, and that's just sadistic. There's like no purpose other than being vindictive to this poor innocent man.
Fucking evil. I just made a post on my alt account about the two judges that were sent to prison for
Cash for kids judges.
Cash for Kids. Yeah, they just got ordered to pay some $200 million or something, and
Are they still in prison?
Yeah, well, one is under house arrest due to
Oh.
COVID, and the other is in prison.
Good.
But the whole thing's it's pointless.
Disgusting.
Yeah, it's pointless to send these two judges to prison if we're not going to also address the entirety of the justice system
Well,
that creates these effects.
well, I know. I mean, it's
It's cathartic to send these two guys to prison, yeah, but it doesn't stop the entirety
No.
of the justice system.
I mean, they have juvenile prisons that they like are for profit, like everything. But I mean, we have the most number of imprisoned people in the world. Like, okay, so if India has the 1.3 billion, China has 1.4 billion, number-wise, with having that much of a population, number-wise, like they have fewer prisoners. That America actually has more prisoners than India and China combined, and they make 2.5 billion 2.8 billion approximately.
I think the statistic I read was that America has 5% of the world's population and 25% of the world's prison population.
So 1 in 4. So of every person in prison, every fourth person in prison in this world is American.
Is in the U.S.
Oh my
Yeah.
God! And this
It's
is the land of the
unreal.
free. No,
Yeah,
I agree
but
with
we're
you.
not a police state, and then we point the finger at China and Russia as
Who
some sort
don't
of
even
police
have
state.
like even close to this numbers in
No.
people in prison.
And then my favorite argument is
And China has a much bigger population.
Yeah, and my favorite argument is people coming at me about gulags. Like, we have gulags right now.
Have you read the Gulag? Okay, all I have to say is if you please send them to me, and I will read parts of the Gulag Archipelago, because that guy's an anti-Semitic snowflake. So he's the way he's
awesome.
arrested, he's allowed to pack soap and underwear when he's arrested, and he's like not handcuffed and chained like a beast. And that itself like makes the gulags not so bad. And then you see that he gets to live in this like monastery on this island. Like it's like a really nice like monastery. It's like and it has like beds, and he only has to work 6 hours a day chopping some wood or something lame for the treason he committed. For anyone who thinks it's anti-Soviet propaganda, read it. Please read it. You'll see he's an then there's a chapter that you should read, because you'll see how he basically goes and starts to count how many Jews there are in the Bolshevik government. And the chapter is something like 1 Russian, 1 Georgian, and 17 Jews. And I'm like,
Jesus.
why are you counting, dude? Like, it's kind of creepy, right? To be
Yeah.
From Rick O'Brien, U.S. is the largest penal colony on Earth to date.
Yes. 1,000%.
Yes, I would agree. And they still have like that. The really funny thing is like they were accusing China of having cotton slavery, and U.S. still has prisoners. Like,
Wasn't there a farm recently that was just raided for having literal slaves?
Yes, there was. It was a huge farm, by the way. It was like a corporate farm.
Yeah.
Thousands of migrant workers that were kept and their visas were held.
Literal slaves. And by farm, it's not like a family; it's a corporate farm. So it's
Yeah.
I can't remember, but yes, and God knows where they're from, and some of them are children. A
Hmm.
lot of it. No, it was in. Apparently, the farm is in our Georgia, not Stalin's
Yeah.
Georgia, of course. The devil. Yeah. Um, I don't know. Like I don't know what to say, but yeah. And yes, and it had children as is the slave workers. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, actually, no. There is no sentence for protesting. It actually kind of matters what you protest. So basically, if you're like, don't protest as a Nazi, and like, there's this one like NED person who wanted to get arrested on purpose. So like in Red Square, there are literally people's graves, like, and um, and there are also 4 Russian Orthodox churches. And if you have like people, Russian Orthodox churches, and you watch somebody literally dancing on people's grave, they're gonna get mad and start a fight or something. And I remember this NED person was literally trying to dance on somebody's grave who belonged, and it was like on the property of this Orthodox church. And it looks like it's on the Kremlin, but they arrested her for trespassing on the Orthodox church. But of course, in America, they're like, "Oh, she got like arrested for free speech," and I'm like, "No, no, no. She actually got arrested for trespassing into the. There are 4 Orthodox churches around the Kremlin, like one here, 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 here,
Yeah.
and there are graves on all of these like Orthodox church properties. And all these graves, they call them saints or whatever. So she was literally dancing on one of these graves, not on Kremlin, the state of Russia's property, but on the Orthodox Church property, and she got arrested. And I remember how the Western media spun that, and she wanted to get arrested on purpose, so that's why she went and was like dancing on the graves of this like Orthodox, Christian Orthodox church. Like, why? They're like the most reactionary people. Not reaction. They're very, very. What do you? How do you, not reactionary, but not right wing, but they would be, this is like something that would offend and trigger them up to calling the police, basically.
Oh, just aggressive.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. But yeah,
Unreal. Yeah. It's
uh,
we can't discuss
yes, the
any
Candyland Church.
socialist or left wing states without discussing the U.S. influence on those states.
I agree with you on that so much. I mean, it is like somebody on like holding you up, let's
Hmm.
say, and you're barely able to breathe, and no one it's uh,
Yeah,
every
people will
day
talk
they
about Cuba,
survive is
but
a miracle.
yeah, people trash Cuba and say, "Look how socialism works there."
It
Okay,
works
they'd
very
probably
well.
do a lot better without the embargoes, sanctions, and 600 attempted coups.
Oh, and then the economic sabotage, the
Yeah,
I mean, every day they are alive is a miracle, is what I think. Oh my God. And even then, they have figured out how to grow like rice without water, and how to feed people. Like they
they
figured
came
out.
up with a lung cancer
Yeah,
vaccine.
no, no, and now they're testing Alzheimer's vaccines, and then even with all that, and they're surviving. I mean, every
Yeah,
single day.
and they have no homelessness.
Yes, they
Everybody
don't have
gets
any
food.
homelessness. And every kid is
Everybody
going
gets
to school.
medicine. Free
And yep,
healthcare.
I mean, the only way sometimes it gets like the U.S. like steals ships, like literally once stole a ship. Um, yeah. The Russian Orthodox Church is one of the yeah. That's exactly right. Back in the Tsar's day, you're right. Yeah, they were. That's a very funny way of putting it, but yeah. Um, Even now, they serve a good function on behalf of the Russian state, which is keeping like the reactionaries kind of uh, busy, I guess. I mean, like overall, I would praise the Russian Orthodox Church for keeping reactionaries busy and kind of keeping things together a little bit there.
Hmm.
So I mean, they're not doing harm at this point. They're actually like so.
Okay. Well, I gotta go.
Okay.
But thank you so much for having me on. I
Yep,
had
I
a
hope you get your TikTok back.
you know.
You lost your TikTok too?
Yes.
Jeez.
Yeah, perm
Good
band.
Lord.
But
It's
but I
horrible.
have a alt account that's creeping up there, so
Okay.
it keeps me busy.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm on my alt account too, also. So
For the time being, until she gets kicked off it.
yeah, I don't know what'll kick me off TikTok this time.
I just didn't go. I didn't go. I stopped because I got so mad about them saying that that MLK, the clip I put that his daughter put up was hate speech, and they took it down on me after I transcribed the whole thing, and I was so mad. I was like,
so fucking
you.
obnoxious.
I will
my
send you the
God.
book. I will tweet. No, I can't tweet out the book. Oh God. So, okay, somebody has helped me with the book. I don't know what to do. If it's not copyrighted, I will tweet out the book. If not,
Just follow Isha on Twitter.
Yeah. And
She'll
I'll
figure out a way.
I'll figure out a way to communicate the book to you.
Yep. Okay. Well, love you guys. Thank you so much for having me on.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yep.
Bye, Tommy. I think what I usually do is I put PDF after the name, and then sometimes
Okay.
you can find it PDF.
Oh, okay. So, no, I got kicked out for actually showing accurate things about Ukraine last time. I showed 3 very accurate videos about Ukraine. One is about like all these Jewish graves getting vandalized for some mysterious reason that we can't figure out. The other was about the mayor of Sevastopol saying why they decided to leave Ukraine. And the third one was about, I forgot, something else about Ukraine. It was Zelensky's comedy clip.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why? What happened in the comedy? Did he do
that comedy? You know, I'll give you the
one or
no, the one I'll send it to you if we want to play one.
Can we play it on here?
I mean, yeah, let's play it on here. Why not?
Okay.
Okay, so
right,
here is his
I just have to download it for a second.
So no, I need to give it to you.
I know, and then I download it. So it just takes a second.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. That was the most recent one, I think, and that's probably what got me banned.
Oh yeah. This is kind of funny actually.
It's very funny.
All right, let me
let's do it.
Share. Is it up yet? Okay, it's done.
Написал письмо моим родственникам, любимым в России.
I subtitled
Здравствуйте, дядя Игорь, тетя Валя и дядя Саша. Вопреки вашим опасениям сообщаю, что живу я хорошо, пока живу. Дальше будет еще лучше, потому что уже 3 недели, как я принят в бандеровцы. А как иначе? Иначе у нас в Украине карьеры не сделать. Хотя что я вам рассказываю, вы и так все знаете. Зарплата у меня маленькая, но это не главное. Ведь нам разрешили отбирать деньги и имущество у русских. А раньше можно было и у евреев. Но потом пришел главный бандеровец Коломойский и запретил. Я, например, сейчас учу английский язык, чтобы забыть русский. В этом мне помогают американские наемники, которые у нас тут на каждом шагу. Прошу прощения за неровный почерк. Пишу прыгая. Потому что у нас кто не скачет, той москаль. я женился во второй раз на Вадике. Для нас, европейцев, это нормально. Сегодня наш президент, самый главный, который у нас, самый главный президент, Барак Обама, пообещал, что мы скоро вступим в НАТО. Пока, естественно, на правах американского прихвостня. Выходные дни по-нашему уикенд. Едем к родителям на дачу. Копать бункер. Если есть возможность, друзья, вышлите, пожалуйста, мне книгу Гитлера «Майн кампф». А то у нас разметают. Бывало, утром выхожу на балкон и начинаю делать зарядку. От сердца к солнцу, вот так. Как видите, у нас все спокойно. Поэтому не бойтесь, приезжайте к нам. Но заранее сообщите, чтобы мы успели сделать вам аусвайс. Только не летите самолетами. Это опасно. Поездом тоже не стоит. Безопаснее всего ехать на белых КАМАЗах. Они ходят регулярно без опозданий. Это теперь наш общественный транспорт.
I mean, he talks about how you need your Ausweis, which is like your German like identification card, and this is in 2014 when there are no Nazis in Ukraine. I mean, but yeah, this could have gotten. This was the last thing I uploaded before I got banned.
Yeah, I remember that. So.
Because like we didn't. I now have the second clip ready, but that's for later. Yeah, he is an actor or whatever he is. He's.
Well, I mean, he. This is just showing like what his sentiments were prior to going into office. He knew all this stuff, and for there to be a denial now, when he admitted it, and he still admits it.
It doesn't say no. He says they are what they are. They're Nazis. Like he's never denied it. Like,
yeah, and then people are like, oh, how dare! Like he's Jewish. How can you say that he would be working with Nazis or whatever?
Obama. Remember how Obama was working with white people even though he's black?
Yeah, I mean it's.
And like these are all Obama voters, of course, who can't seem to understand this whole like little nuance, like about how maybe you could have like one token figurehead and not change the condition for the majority.
Yeah. But I mean, it's just crazy and that's what Cenk was going off on. Like his problem was that because he believes that there isn't a Nazi issue in Ukraine, then like everybody else should.
No,
and
but to not believe that is like just nuts. It's like not understanding. It's like literally not understanding anything about World War I or anything. Anything that had happened after World War I, and it's
or anything that happened since 2014, and our MSM even wrote on it and did document. Like, I mean,
I bet you like maybe if I will search hard enough, one day I will find clips. Okay, so cultural. I don't know what Zelensky is. Culturally, I don't know. Well, he did not speak the Ukrainian language until he became president. Is what I'm going to say about Zelensky's culture.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what he is, but yeah, he just like I mean, it was very. So what they did was they kicked out all the deputies from the east. Like there's the good Oleg, the one who warned about the civil war like 2 years beforehand. I can't remember his name.
Yeah.
Oh, Oleg Tsarov.
Okay.
I thought I showed you his video where he warns like from 2022 about how there will be a civil war in Ukraine if we keep accepting NED funding.
Yeah.
He got kicked.
Definitely. Yeah.
Okay, so you remember the video?
I do remember the video.
Phew.
Yes.
Okay. Well, he got kicked. Like for example, he was like beaten up and he had to leave Ukraine, and many, basically every politician who is not corrupt had to run away.
Yeah.
Yeah, because of private sector. And so what he has is he doesn't even have that support structure of politicians or anyone to, like, I don't know, not have to look over his head.
And him, like, getting rid of all the opposition since all this stuff.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's made it worse for himself.
Good.
He's made it worse for himself after actually
It
by
would be
doing
easier to have, like, other voices around, like, but now, like, I mean, was he forced to get rid of them?
I don't know what he was, and I'm not sure, like, he is very confusing to me because I don't know, like, what, like I don't know how much how much of a carrot versus how much of a stick, what they're bribing him versus how much he's scared. Like, there's so much I don't understand about his actions.
I don't know.
I do know that his PR team seemed to still love that green shirt. Like, he hasn't changed out of that green shirt since February. Why that green shirt? I don't know. To make him look like an ordinary human, but come on.
Well, because it's green, it's like army green, and then it's,
I know.
It's just
it's a little like off his shoulder and a little bit scrubby, like he hasn't showered.
Yeah.
Because he's working so hard on behalf of God knows what. Yeah, but like I said, I don't know what's around him, who's in control, who's blackmailing him, who's, like, gonna kill him. Like, there's so much I don't understand about his most recent actions. Like, if what would have been best for him is to let Putin do the denazification, and then he could have come to the negotiating table and just got into a reasonable agreement and made everyone happy.
Yeah.
But
I think that, like, I wonder, like,
obviously the military doesn't listen to him, so we know that.
But there was people that thought, like, that it would only last, like, a few days, and like, I don't know.
I might have thought that. Did I ever think that?
I
might have.
I don't know.
I thought that. Well, they lost their air force in about 30 minutes.
Yeah. Well, except for Ghost of Kiev. No.
Yeah. They lost their entire air force in about 30. All the plane, like, so the resistance is, for me, what I know is that, like, the harder they have to fight in the Donbass region, that's how many, like, every Azov, all the all the fascists, the harder they have to fight for, like, each city means, like, the more fascists in that area were embedded. You know what I mean? It seems like, so I think we're maybe 160,000, maybe underestimating the number of fascists embedded in the Donbass area, because they're, like, going, like, inchworming, right?
Yeah. But, so I mean, it's probably, like, so they came in after. They weren't already there.
They were there February. Okay, they started on February 22nd. Russia.
No, but I'm talking about, like, the Azov people, like, when they were fighting since 2014.
Yeah, they were there since
the ones that are now, like, the ones that are claiming that they live in the area they didn't move to the area until 2014, right?
To fight, yeah.
So them having any claim over that area that
these
people don't want them in,
bullshit.
I don't know.
No, they literally came to murder them. So anyways, no. They deserve. I mean, I'm happy that Donetsk and Lugansk and Belarus still has the death penalty, which I'm like, okay, so I mean, I'm very I mean, they've done some horrific stuff. Like, we have watch our earlier video about the library of Mariupol, and you'll realize how how horrific it is. Like,
Yeah.
And I remember, like, so there was another video that this one was not in this video, but she talks about how, oh my God, she's afraid to use the bathroom, and then she says, like, this because it's always my fault because I asked for it, and I have to assume that she was like raped every time she went to the bathroom.
Yeah. You should. You know what? We didn't really. We didn't mention your articles, and I put up the link. But you like the two articles that Cenk was going off of. You could, if you just search Gray Zone and Esha.
I check pin tweet. It's in there somewhere.
Okay, and yeah, so it's just like what were the two articles? Well, the first one was the one on the Azov, right?
The first one was about the CIA training Azov to kill Russians, ethnic Russians, not people. But I mean, that's genocide. Like, there's a difference between like training them to kill ethnic Russians is the definition of genocide, by the way.
Yeah. And that, like, what did you do? Like, what did you have to go through to write that article?
Oh,
like,
I went through all the so many Telegram channels of Azov, watched videos, watched training videos, watched people. Oh my God, they kicked her. Okay. Oh my God, I saw a video where they like kicked this woman, and then I couldn't watch it further, but in the end, apparently they raped her. And then there's this other poor guy, Russian guy. They had like looks like a kid. He may have been in the military, but they made him say like some word that has a lot of S's in it. Yeah. And Russians apparently have trouble saying it. Well, Ukrainians don't. And then they beat him up to a pulp, basically. And I don't know. I can't remember that word.
And these videos are not like bystanders. These videos are the people that are
Azov taking it and bragging about it.
Yes. So I mean, like that to me, like if that's
on their own
Telegram, if that's okay with people, like no, like there's an issue. Like there's a huge issue there. There's a huge issue in a lot of places. Yes. But
they're not getting arms from America, like deadly or like arms to like kill them. Like, if your like aim is genocide, you should not be getting arms to kill people.
Yeah, I mean that's what if we were giving them money and weapons before.
Yeah, if you were giving them this candy, then
if you claim that you care about the Ukrainians, you don't care about the Ukrainians.
No. What's gonna happen is Ukraine's gonna turn into Afghanistan. So it's the opposite. Like you know what's gonna like even if Russia does not win, Ukraine will turn into something worse than Afghanistan.
Yeah.
These Nazi battalions will fight amongst themselves like as if it's like a drug war and if Russia, but that's entirely like
I keep going over to the chat and I'm reading the fight they're having in the chat. And
I can't. I don't know. I can't. Like you
can't because it'll drive
somebody
you crazy.
has to kick you. Because somebody kick them out if they need to. But if you're a mod, I'm
not okay. I'm not in.
No, I'm not there.
I can't do it from here. So.
Okay. Now let's see. Okay. Let's worry about the chat later. Yeah, they
Hold on, I'm going on to the chat.
Okay, so yeah, what were we? And so, if you look at Ukrainian salaries, they were like until like Zelensky last year raised their salary by like 7,000 hryvnias. I don't know. I'm mispronouncing it. I bet it's hryvnia. I can't pronounce Ukrainian words. Somebody teach me later. Yevgeny, if you're listening to this, please teach me how to pronounce the Ukrainian coin. Like their salaries were going down and down and down and down and down and down. And like old people were like the food insecurity part. Oh my God, have you seen it? Okay, now when you look at the videos, you'll see who's been living like especially if it's Maxim Georgiev or Georgy Maxim, who's like, I mean, he's not fat, but he's like has enough food. And then you like see him interview people in the Donbass. Like they look like they're all so thin and look like they've been starving. Like whenever we watch it, like you can always see figure out who's the Russian commentator who's been having like a little bit of food and could use a little bit of dieting versus those who live in Ukraine.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they're like, oh my god, it just hit me now. Like everyone who's been like a victim, like in Ukraine, is like so like not having enough food. I did not realize, right? A lot of them don't have enough food. They're very, very thin. Even if when they speak the Russian language, you can see that, like, yeah, they've been in starvation mode. So maybe like in the Donbass, like, so Ukraine could have been blockading their food too. It's yeah. Why are we talking about this?
Why were we talking about? Because I was trying to go over and hide because you got a bunch of trolls coming in now.
Okay. Weird. The minute I start talking about Ukraine,
Exactly.
What a weird thing.
Yeah, they just all come on then.
Yeah, they don't come on when I'm talking about anything else, but Ukraine.
No, they probably could they probably should come in
other times to give us some ratings, but no, just when I talk about Ukraine.
Yeah.
It's like they want me to continue to talk about Ukraine.
Yep.
Ukraine. Yep. The rain in Ukraine.
Petamilo will send us a tweet on Twitter, DM.
Okay, I'll send us later.
We can make you a mod then. I can't.
We don't
in my account right now. I'm not in it historically.
Yeah. When all you're doing is okay. This is amazing. We've never gotten this comment. Can you show this comment about the concerned citizen? That we've never gotten when we're not talking about Ukraine?
Oh, hold on.
When all you're reciting, when your Russian media, you two, Russian state media control has been extremely well documented. And wait, oh my god! And is considered common knowledge among international affairs for the last 90 years. So since like 1932, Russians are, or is it the Judeo-Bolsheviks?
I don't know.
Yeah, that is like yeah. This is a very interesting experiment.
I know. I'm just sitting here.
I do want more. Okay, let's continue to talk about Ukraine a little bit more then. Let's see, because it might help our viewing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, when we talk about Ukraine,
okay, I'm gonna jump over on historically, and I'll handle this.
Okay. But isn't that weird that...
Yeah, talk about Ukraine, Salman.
Okay.
Mod.
So the rain in Ukraine comes down mainly, I don't know what... Okay.
Oh, did she... They might have sent it to you, not to historically.
Don't worry. Let's continue to talk about Ukraine and not get distracted.
I know. I don't know where, because you have a bunch of mods, but I don't know where they are.
They're not here, I guess, when we want to talk about Ukraine. Ukraine.
Ukraine.
What are Ukraine?
All right. So anyway, what was your second article about?
About the tornado battalion, which is the worst of the worst, where they like would video was it was like Sodom and Gomorrah, but even worse.
Okay, so Nomo's here now, so okay,
yeah,
I can close out of this.
Okay, so it's like Sodom and Gomorrah, even worse, like the 7th level of hell. I can't think of anything. The worst level of hell is that's what I think of. Like it's like that level of hell. And they got even eventually, like they started like their like child baby raping, drug smuggling got a little bit too much that just even the Ukrainian government had to crack down upon them, and they got sent to prison. But this year, Zelensky decided to free prisoners who had a little bit of combat experience, I guess, and their combat experience exclusively is like kidnapping people, torturing people with like blowtorches, raping people. I mean, I don't know whether you can call it combat, but when they were a battalion, so they're all free now, and given arms again to do God knows what they will do.
And you, for that one, you got like state documents, right?
Yeah,
From
I got the
Ukraine.
America state documents, and then the
America?
state of Ukraine documents. Like the state of Ukraine itself had a big trial where over 100 witnesses were called, and they attributed 80 dead or disappeared.
Yeah.
Like at least 60 grazed, and up to 80 people's death to tornado. Like they should be locked. These people should be in jail for the like. I mean, ideally, I would, in my personal opinion, they should be. We should follow Tito's example, but since we don't have Tito to follow his example, the next best thing is jail for the rest of their lives.
Yeah. But I mean, it's like, so what I'm trying to show here is like the articles that Jake was talking about, you wrote, and you like you did all the research, and the research came from
the United States of America, Ukraine,
the state of Ukraine, and
first-hand videos, and just me interviewing people, and zero of it came from Russia. In fact, it wouldn't even make sense of any of it to come from Russia because it was a civil war, and for the most part, Russia's been telling the truth about not being involved. The U.S. likes to pretend Russia's been involved so they have an excuse to send weapons to Ukraine.
Yeah.
And the reason why Russia doesn't need to send weapons is status quo. Like, if you do nothing, Ukraine falls. I mean, Ukraine was meant to fall. Like, in 2014, Ukraine would have fallen if the U.S. had not been arming all the Nazis, right? Like Ukraine's meant to fall. So the way...
All right, I'm jumping back in on YouTube because I have to mod it. Sorry. So you need to talk. Sorry.
Okay, M is a MSM talking point puppy. Yep. MSM talking point puppy. Puppet, not puppy. I don't know what I call it. He doesn't get paid to know shit, just to be emotional baby. Yeah, he knows how to be slightly emotional, but he does not know. Yeah, he does not know any history. He's like so ill-informed about the historical realities of anything. Like, he just doesn't understand because he's meant to not understand. Yeah, like, and their show was so unserious. Like, when it was before they got early on, they were like so they were like only talking about really gross sexual stuff. They were like Howard Stern. They were wannabe leftist Howard Sterns, right?
Yeah. No, I mean, so the whole thing is, when they started, they were doing all shock jocking stuff and just being ridiculous. And all right, so yeah, if you can just take out, like, just remove anyone that's coming in and they start spelling words.
Yeah.
You can remove those right away. So yeah, I mean, the whole thing is like they came in and like, yeah, the 90s was full of shock jock. The comedians were there, you had Howard Stern and everything. And then that's how he wanted to start the show, and that's what he was doing. And then all of a sudden they have this turn I think didn't they get some funding?
I know. I can't tell. I think they became moderately serious after Bernie. I'll kick out all the trolls. Remove.
Well, I removed them, but you.
I'll kick them out.
Yeah, we still see them in here. So
No, I kicked them out. Perfect. Okay.
So, all right. Anyhow, so back to everything else.
Yeah. So, Ukraine. Anyways.
Now we're all like worried about doing the thing.
Yeah. But, I forgot. Yeah. They were not and they've never done any investigative journalism or anything. I mean, even in 2014, their reporting on Ukraine was just atrocious.
And anyone that they had that would go out on the street, they got rid of too. Like
Jordan, but Jordan would not go out on the street in Ukraine, which they can afford, of course. And so they have no context for anything. Like I mean, everything you know about Ukraine, unless you take time to be educated, comes literally from the mouth of a Nazi. I kid you not.
Yeah.
So if you don't take lots of effort to learn about Ukraine, you're gonna be your Joseph Goebbels will be speaking through your tongue. Literally from some mouth of a Nazi. All U.S. propaganda is from literally it comes from the mouth of the worst Nazi possible. And so basically Cenk's knowledge is, if it's just mainstream knowledge, it's literally from the mouth of Nazis who've been paid millions to lie to you.
Yeah. I mean, and that's. I mean, it's. But,
Cold War propaganda.
Yeah, I mean the whole thing was to put down the communists. They couldn't have a communist party coming to fruition in the United States.
Well, yeah, but the funny thing is that, basically, if they don't keep the fascists on, Ukraine's not going to be Ukraine. It'll be the USSR. It'll be a part of the SSR again. So they have to put so much effort into just with the fascists, and it's not. It's amazing. And even now, they still can't compete with China in the free market that they made.
Yeah.
I
didn't say that there's not shock jocks now. There's plenty of shock jocks. I said that they were big in the 90s, and that's what Cenk was getting his ideas from.
Or lack thereof.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he has a very... And, like I said... Russia bombed another what?
Hole.
Oh, that's... Okay, he's making a joke because whole means the collective farms, but it's a pun.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean he has no idea about what's going on in the war, willfully blind or willfully stupid, and
I mean, it's like he's just taking they decided to take this, MSM, you could look a year ago, and they were doing stories on
Time magazine did a thing about the Hitler youth camp.
Yeah, they were doing stories, and they were on
Time
2020, or they were on one of those Dateline. They did a Dateline on it.
The Hitler youth camp made it into many. BBC was like, we can't send our football players because of all the Nazis. In Ukraine, it's not safe to send our football players. There's a BBC thing about that. If it's not safe to send your...
Yeah, so, I mean, And then, and I love the fact that you say that you're like, well, it was in MSF, and they're like, well, you're not supposed to believe MSF. It's like, okay, but they said that then, and now they say this because of what United States.
The State Department says.
Yes. People are, it's crazy, but it's
like, yeah, no, I'm just saying that, like, there was a time when Western media had to admit it because it was so obvious.
Yeah.
In fact, it was right after the Christchurch shooting. The Christchurch shooter was like trained in Ukraine.
And he was using the Azov.
One of the he was in one of them, and otherwise he would not have been able to like go so efficiently, like with all like the entire mosque, like all 50 people. He just went right.
Yeah. And so he was trained in Ukraine. He was using the Azov symbol when he was.
And their tactics, apparently, which is which involves apparently mowing down.
Well, and that was his training. It does make a difference in Ukraine because it shows that there are Nazis in Ukraine that are training other people around the world. Other
Nazis and who then get exported to and go to New Zealand and shoot up like entire cities. Mm-hmm. And he's not the only mass shooter. The Hong Kong. Let's not forget the Ukrainian Nazis were in Hong Kong.
Mm-hmm. So.
They were training whatever the hell they were doing. All the violence they were doing in Hong Kong. Oh, remember there's this guy who was like an old guy who was like a street sweeper or something. He's like, "Calm down, guys. We're both Chinese. Let's just sit down and talk." And they just threw a brick at him and killed him. And then they said, "Oh, there's another guy who got set on fire."
Yeah.
So they are training basically fascists all around the world too.
Oh, for sure. And it's not, and there's the proof that the CIA was there doing it. So it's like the United States is connected to it all too. And
yeah, both Ukraine and Hong Kong. And it's like Ukraine was like the hub. And then they were going to use Ukraine to go train all the other fascists all around the world.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. And yeah, they were in Myanmar. Where else were they? Did any of the mass shooters come back to the U.S.? I don't know. But yeah, so why and to Cenk even mention the word Azov is to muddy the waters. And what water? There is no water other than because Putin's main reason is denazification.
All the pictures that came out, all the celebratory pictures of
I have yet to see it.
No, but anything that they were trying to PR it, you know what I mean?
Oh my God, you remember that NATO tweet?
They were all Azov people. So to say that saying Azov is muddying the waters, then it was Ukraine that started.
Yeah, but remember the NATO tweet where they were women, and then she had a black son.
Oh yeah,
NATO had a girl boss, a Nazi girl boss.
Yeah. No, there was tons of them. It was every other picture that came out, there was a symbol, and then you're like, that's. And then you'd have the people.
Oh, the nurse lady with the Hitler tattoo here. Yeah. She was apparently a POW, and all she got was she got a lot of in the prisoner of war camp. She got a lot of food from Russia, but whatever. I was like, wait, you get she got canned ice cream, it was it was pretty good food for prisoner of war camp, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry. And that's when I knew she was lying, that she wasn't getting fed, because she mentioned everything she ate.
Yeah. But that's the whole thing is I get there are people that aren't Nazis that are, whatever, but if you it's kind of like the whole cop thing. If you have one bad apple, so if you're sitting there fighting side by side by a bunch of Nazis, use your poop analogy.
If you have it was for the flag. It doesn't matter, so the Nazi symbol is poop. No matter how often you use the flag, if it has poop on it now, you just have to throw away the flag. You can't use the flag anymore, right?
Yeah.
But that doesn't make sense. Does that analogy make sense for cops too?
I don't know. I don't know. Poops and flags. Yeah, cops. It's all the same. I don't know. But I mean, yeah, no, it's like so you can't. I don't know. Like there's like this disconnect in people if they're.
Yeah, like you're not gonna get your hands poopy in order to fly the flag. So it's like same with like one Nazi makes the whole flag one piece of poop.
But it's not even if it was
okay,
one
for
Nazi.
Brittany Griner, I would say if you don't want to go to jail, don't break the law, especially in a foreign country. That's like such colonizer behavior, in my opinion. Like thinking you're above the law.
Yeah, yeah. No, I mean, and I mean, it sucks, but it's also like if that happened to her here, she probably would have gotten 25 years. So,
yeah, but it's like a colonizer behavior where you're like, I can smoke opium, and I can do whatever I want there because there's no consequences for me. Like I can like create an opium war and kill everyone, and like I can make half of China all turn into opium addicts, but no consequences for me.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like such a colonizer thing to do is not obey local laws.
No, it's like if I do something that I know there is a law against, I can't complain when I get caught doing, doing that thing. Like I make my own choices, and so I mean, what can you do? You get in trouble. She would have gotten in trouble here if she was in certain states. It would have been horrible. My brother was driving down to Florida with a cookie I baked him, and he stupidly, when they got pulled over,
he should be eating it out.
Well, no, he told the cop, he goes, I have this one cookie because his friend had a
Why
joint.
the fuck is he telling cops about his cookies?
Because he thought he was still like in massive, like he thought that they'd be like, oh, okay, that's like one thing, and like whatever, it wouldn't be a big thing. But he was afraid because they have the dogs there too. So he got in trouble, and then they tried to say that the pot, like, because the judge was like, are you kidding me? Because they were trying to say that because the cookie weighed so much that it was all pot. Like that's what. So instead of like having say the cookie was 20 grams, they were saying like 20 grams.
No, it was 20 grams of cookies. Like the obviously is flour. It's like probably not even
the judge is like, what are you talking about? No. There's. I know how you make cookies. Like, it's not all pot. It wasn't just like pot.
No. So I'm just saying, like, yeah. It's just I see it as her not like British people do this too. It's like, yeah, Indian laws obey inside of work. Yeah, you better obey all. Now that you're no longer our colonizer, you better obey all the laws, or else we're gonna throw you into jail extra hard now for revenge for decolonizing behavior.
No, Mo, I think Esha had at least a 20-gram piece of chocolate.
Did I?
I don't know. I don't know how many you tend to just eat it.
She did say, I don't know how many grams I ate. You think 5?
Probably. Well, I don't know. I had 75, so what are we gonna?
Yeah.
But I have 75 every night, so that's my medicine.
Okay. If every oh Lord.
They want to know what flavor chocolate you're munching on right now.
Okay, my flavor of chocolate is, I have no idea. It doesn't say in the bag.
Oh, so Nomo was saying, didn't Griner say, I forgot it was in there.
Yeah, okay, that's...
But, I mean, it's still, like...
illegal.
It really doesn't matter, like, because...
If you if after 100 years of what the U.S. did to Russia, like if they need to whatever they need in order to like ban all U.S. Americans, I'm okay with I don't right. Literally, what they've tried to do, and what they actually succeeded in doing, it is so evil. Like. The U.S. single-handedly brought back child prostitution to Russia. After the Soviet Union dissolved, there was no child prostitution. After the Soviet Union dissolved, child prostitution came back?
And to Red 45, I say Cuba.
It's not a failure for the people. Just because you, after 100 years, you were able to manage to bring child prostitution back to some illiterate peasants does not really. I mean, that's absolutely nothing to brag about. If like you take 100 years and now, I mean, I don't understand. It's like, and then there's China, and in fact, the problem is that it works really well for as Michael Parenti says, communism worked very well for millions of people. Yeah.
Billions of people.
Yeah, now it's billions of people, and so it's like, oh, you brought them back to the Stone Age. Like it was it's like the Dark Ages, like after having a period of enlightenment for them.
Yeah. So I mean, it's also it's never been not fought against either.
Yeah,
you know
the U.S.
Like
the U.S. has this plan like since '88 to like destroy not even the Soviet Union. It's enough. They want to destroy Russia. Literally, there's a Plan Ost, which is just making it into little pieces so that they can control and privatize everything and drill everything there and mine everything. The U.S. is an existential threat to the world. There's no getting around to it. The U.S. is very threatening, and they're gambling on. I don't know what the hell they're thinking about with this whole time. They sent a second plane to provoke China again. What the hell are they doing? This feels like a suicide mission, almost like a suicide bomber.
That's what I said the other night. I was like, they just, I don't know what they're doing. It's like they want to antagonize and start a war, but
a world war? That's what I don't get.
That's what it would be. It would have
China didn't World War II. No one had nukes until the very, very end, where the U.S. got a little bit nukes. Mm-hmm. But now everyone has nukes. All the parties in the war will have nukes, or all the nuclear parties will be.
So you just have one person. You just need that one country that's like, yeah,
Yeah, and everything can go to hell.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's just sad. Peta Miayo was in about the libertarians. Yeah, I mean,
they should be ignored and kicked out. But so it's like the U.S. is intentionally provoking both Russia and China for the and I don't understand. Like, I don't even see the light. Their grand plan, like, unless like the Joker plan or something. Like, are they in Joker mode? Do you think they're in Joker mode?
Who?
The U.S. government, where you're Joker just like the Joker in Batman, where you don't really care and you just want to create hell.
I don't.
Or is there a strategy?
No, I don't think that they know that they're in Joker mode. But
okay, so do they think they're creating some grand plan strategy to like?
I think it's. I just think of it as like the death throes.
So in their minds, are they like coming up with some clever plan?
Yeah, they think it's clever. I mean, like, look at how Rome went. Like,
how did Rome fall? The Eastern Roman Empire lasted for 1,000 years longer, so it didn't. Rome didn't quite fall. I mean, after that, it was just the Byzantine Empire, which took over exactly the same land, and after that was the Ottoman. So they lasted for another 2,000 years, actually.
Yeah.
If you count the Byzantine and the Ottoman.
Yeah, but I mean, you know what I mean, like in the in the sense of. The Caesars were just going crazier, and then they.
Oh yeah. And then the last seven of them got killed within like 10 days of each other.
Yeah, that it was. Yeah, the last ones were boom, boom, boom.
Because you were killed. No, because you got to be Caesar when you killed if you're like the brother or something, you killing the Caesar made you Caesar, right? the last 10 days, like the last 10 days of Rome, like I think it was the last 28 days actually. It was crazy because 7 Caesars, like you'll see like all the Caesars.
Yeah,
like,
it was like once a week or something. It was something like that. It was
and like in the last few days, you can see all the Caesars going, and that's just like going wild.
Yeah.
But the Eastern Empire, why was the Eastern Empire able to regroup?
I don't really actually know how they regrouped. I think
because they stayed around for another 1,000 years.
But they also they grabbed so much onto the Christianity and the Catholicism, and they got the power through that too.
Oh yeah.
So that's basically how they
regrouped.
Remain that, and then so it was like, instead of pushing, all the gods they had before.
Oh yeah, and then the Byzantine Empire was the very Christian empire.
Yep.
And the Ottomans decided to do Islam.
Yep. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. So what's really funny? I love the very first account of Jesus. Like he's a Jewish historian, and he's like, yeah, Jesus is like a cult, and his followers they were very. They were like his followers are really creepy. But we got rid of them, and thankfully, I don't think we'll have to worry about Jesus or his creepy followers anymore. And that's something that did not age well.
Yeah.
But that proves that Jesus did exist in history, though.
Yeah. Yeah. No, they have proof. They have proof.
No, there's like 3 other pieces of evidence, like these, these journals that that. So, like those are those 3 accounts that they're not fiction. Like Jesus definitely existed.
It's the store. It's the I'm going to say stories, and that's wrong. But it's the stories themselves. It's the stories themselves that could be actually not all have anything to do with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They said that like there was so many prophets, walking around that like you could, you play, the Bible was written mainly 285 years later or something.
But it was also there was a big conference of monks in somewhere in modern day Turkey, where they got together about 200 years later, and the big conference
I can't think of the name of it. I'm not even going to try.
Somewhere in modern Turkey, right?
Yeah. No, I don't. There's a name to that. Where they get together, but the 300 of them decide they can and then each of them gets to do some crowd. There's a crowdsourcing and then crowd editing, and then at the end of the conference, what comes out is the Bible. Yeah.
Well, the Eastern Church's Bible, and I'm sure that the Roman Catholic Church did their own edits of that.
Well, they did a lot of. Well, they edited out a lot of stuff about women. So
I'm sure what came out of that conference is a different Bible than the one the Roman Catholic Church did, and then after the split, I bet you the Church of England had its own edits.
Oh yeah. No, they all did. Yeah. No, that's the there's a whole different editions. So that my for some reason we have a Protestant Bible upstairs, even though we were
George's Bible?
I can't think.
I think King George is the Protestant, right?
Yeah.
Henry.
No, I don't know.
Henry VIII.
Henry VIII. I am.
He wanted to screw.
Yeah. So no, and I just my dad's dad was Protestant, but he changed over to Catholicism to marry my grandmother, way back when. So I think maybe that's why. I don't know. But also my grandmother was weird and probably thought it was funny to give my very Catholic, Irish Catholic mother a Protestant Bible. I don't know.
It's King James Bible, not King George.
King James, that's it.
I'm sorry. I was not raised a Christian, so you can tell I don't know.
I wasn't prepared to talk about Catholicism and Christianity. So.
Yeah. I was like, King George. Yeah, George sounds good enough. What's the difference? Yeah. James is actually okay. So it's Henry, Elizabeth, and then after Elizabeth is James.
And then that was when the November 5th plot and all that happened under
James. And then Charles got whacked out.
Yeah. The Nazi trolls were so much fun.
Yeah. So, what are we talking? Well, why were we talking about the Roman Empire? I don't even remember. Oh, how it falls, empires fall.
We were
Yeah.
talking, yes.
Yeah.
So
The last
I
time.
was, so what I was saying, it's like the clawing animal when you're dying.
Okay,
So we're
yeah.
back like 20 minutes later to the point.
Okay. So yeah, and you can tell we're both stoned because we forget our original point.
So,
I don't know what else to say. Oh, by the way, oh my God, did I tell you about the very not bad thing?
the very not bad thing.
Okay, I just don't understand it. Okay, like, oh, okay, so we've been working on my writing, and he looked at my Russian teacher looked at my latest writing, and and his comment is very not bad.
Bad.
Like, oh, no, it's a very not bad, as in
I don't
очень.
think he can compliment you.
Why not?
I think he feels like he can't be like very good. He has to be like, all right, I'm not going to give.
I know, and I'm like,
to encourage you to try harder. Maybe.
and I have like some sort of daddy issue because I can't handle this. It's like driving me nuts. It's like, why very not bad? Just say it's good.
Or maybe to him that was like something that people said to him, and he thought it was a good thing. I don't know.
Okay, but then like it's like really psychologically, I swear I have some Oedipal issues, or is it Electra issues? I don't know what.
You don't have edible. You'd be that would be you want to be with your mom or something.
Okay, Electra issues, because this is really bothering me. Like, because I want to strive for good, because I need approval or something like that. It's like it's bothering me.
You're okay.
Yeah.
You know how he is. You know
I
he's
know,
not.
but it bothers me because, like I said, Electra complex.
He's not a fluffy guy. He's not like a.
Yeah.
He's not a warm fuzzy man.
There's nothing warm about now.
There's no warm fuzzies coming off the guy.
Oh yeah, you're right. He's like. Yeah.
So don't even worry about it.
Okay, but very not bad. Okay, I need to. I'll calm down and figure out how to not seek approval.
Okay.
I think.
I wanted to say to Petamilo, I know that you're saying that you're live tweeting and stuff like that. I can't get over the stuff. I am Lumpy Louish, like Louise, but with an H, because we won't talk about Lumpy Louise account on Twitter. Just DM me and just tell me who you are, and then I'll make you a mod for other times.
No, because in Russian, neploha is one word. No, dyslexia will not do that. Dyslexia will because you have to one. It's like two words. Not is one word and very bad. No. Very is one word and not bad is another word. There's a yeah. So no, dyslexia cannot affect this.
Hold on, I'm just gonna type by.
Yeah.
Okay, that's me.
Mm-hmm.
That is I. So, but is there any other questions or anything from anyone?
Mm-hmm. Going once, going twice.
Well, we got to give them a minute because we're probably like 30 seconds ahead of them. Mm-hmm. So we'll give you, I don't know.
Oh, I forgot something.
Something about a trip?
Oh, I might be going to Russia soon, yes.
Oh, yes. I didn't know if you were telling people or not.
I will soon.
Yeah, well, you just did.
Okay, I told some people.
Yeah, but you just did now. You just said it like...
To some people.
Yes. But whoever watches it now.
Like I said, some people.
Okay.
But it's like a little over 2 weeks.
Go talk chat. Ashley and I are such girls. We're such girly girls.
Yeah, it's a little over 2 weeks. So, no, it's actually it's going to be so that I can write a book about the USSR because we deserve it.
Yes.
Because like Americans, the thing that breaks my heart is like Lenin's such a good dad that like it is like having Americans have daddy issues, major ones, because their dad is so abusive to them that they don't understand what, like, they just can't comprehend what a good dad can do to a country, right?
Sure.
No,
Sure.
seriously, when you don't, right, like, they just can't fathom it. So that's more important than anything for us to understand why we need a good daddy.
Yeah, yeah, and with late nights with Lennon, I mean, we just did the other thing and we put in a reading of Lennon. We snuck one in, Anya, but I don't like we just kind of left off on one thing, so we're gonna figure out. Asha's getting ready for her trip and everything, so we may get back into it, and we just don't know the times and stuff like that yet, right?
Yeah.
So we'll figure that out. We'll
heck, we could even like stream in front of like a Lenin's actual house in St. Petersburg for all we know.
I know it'll be cool. We'll get.
Oh my god! Well, I'll be reading from Lenin's biggest statue, or from the Lenin Institute himself. Yeah. Oh, what if it's no? But we can't. Except they don't allow cameras inside the mausoleum, so
I know. Yeah.
I can't read it. Like
you're gonna sit there and read to Lenin.
Well,
I do memorize something really, really, that you can get through.
Wake up now! Please wake up! You have to wake up. We're all screwed.
Oh man. All right, so I don't see any other questions.
No, that's it. I mean, that's all. Yeah, no, seriously, I just want him to wake up. Like he's so. I know. Just wake up. You can wake up.
I know. It's tough.
It's tough. I know. It's like it drives you crazy because you just want him to wake up.
Yeah, but we'll get some. I
can read it. I can read it in front of Lenin. But you guys will never be able to see me reading in front of Lenin. It. Yeah, they don't allow cameras, and then and I mean, unless they think I'm a nut job and they get me arrested for it, because they don't want nut jobs. They're like vandalizing the statue. the Lenin himself, like.
Okay, yeah. So don't be too nutty.
I can read in a Bane voice. That's easy.
Uh-oh.
You just have to change the megahertz in which you play it. So if you play it in a slower megahertz, you get the Bane voice.
All right. So you want to get going?
Yes, let's get going, because I have lots of stuff to do. Oh, tomorrow I'll be on the MMS Real Progressives at noon.
Okay, I didn't know that. Okay.
Now you do. Okay.
I know that now.
Okay. Свободу народу смерти фашизму.
Bye, everyone.